Okay, let's unpack this.
Mhm.
Have you ever felt like you're constantly chasing something? A dream job, the perfect partner, maybe financial security, even just like daily
Oh,
happiness?
absolutely. That feeling of always running.
Exactly. And no matter how hard you run, it always seems just out of reach.
Yep. Familiar territory for many, I think.
Well, today we're diving deep into a truly transformative idea. It comes from some really compelling philosophy you've shared with us.
Mhm.
And our mission really is to explore how we often pursue what we think we need when maybe, just maybe, true fulfillment is actually about becoming deserving of it.
That's the core shift right there. Deserving, not needing.
It's a huge shift in perspective, isn't it? It really challenges some of our most common beliefs about success and relationships and, well, happiness itself.
It does. It challenges everything.
So, yeah, get ready to maybe rethink everything you thought you knew about getting what you want in life.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that profound shift in mindset this whole collection of insights presents. It completely reorients us.
How
Well,
so?
moves us away from that often exhausting external striving, the relentless pursuit of things outside of ourselves.
Yeah, the constant chase.
Right. And it refocuses us entirely on internal cultivation, growing things within.
And this isn't just theory, right? Like, not just something to talk about.
Not at all. It's about incredibly practical steps, actually, to fundamentally reevaluate how we approach life's deepest desires.
Mm.
It's really about understanding that many of our perceived needs,
Mhm.
they aren't actually inherent internal longings, bubbling up organically from within us.
So, where do they come from then?
Well, that's the key. They're often deeply ingrained, externally programmed beliefs. They operate almost like an unconscious script.
A script. Like, we're just following lines someone else wrote.
Kind of, yeah. It dictates our actions, our aspirations, even how we define happiness. So
Hmm.
we're going to explore how we can not only, recognize those powerful external influences,
Okay.
but then crucially, how to transcend them, how to connect with a more authentic sense of self and purpose.
Okay, so let's kick things off with maybe a foundational question. It might seem simple, but I think it has really profound implications. What do we really need in life?
Hmm, that's the big one.
Yeah. When you take a moment, reflect on your own deepest desires. Maybe it's finding a partner, getting married, having a family, or even a very specific career path with a certain status or income,
Those common life goals.
right? Where do those desires truly come from? Because the wisdom we're exploring today suggests something quite radical.
Go on.
It suggests that many of these deeply held needs aren't inherent internal desires at all.
Okay, so they're not originating from us.
That's the idea. Think about it for a second. Are these desires truly an authentic part of who you are deep down? Or have they maybe been instilled in you by powerful external influences, maybe without you even realizing it?
You've really hit on a critical point there.
Yeah.
Because this external programming, it's pervasive. It's everywhere.
How does it get in?
Well, it's insidious because it operates subconsciously, right?
Yeah.
Shaping our reality from when we're very young. It comes from, well, everywhere.
Hmm.
Our families, societal expectations just from living, the media we consume constantly.
Ads, social
And
media.
films we watch that create these often really unrealistic narratives. Even the education system, which often subtly steers us towards these predefined paths.
So it is like that script you mentioned. We just pick it up unconsciously.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like we're handed this script at birth and we just adopt it. We're told, implicitly or explicitly that we need to hit certain milestones.
Get married by X age, have kids, make Y amount of money, buy the house.
Right. Now, look, none of those things are inherently bad in themselves.
Of course not.
But the need for them,
Mm.
that feeling that you must have them, that's often manufactured. It's a societal construct. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, well, this relentless programming profoundly shapes how we pursue happiness.
It sends us on that chase again.
Often, yeah.
Yeah.
A chase that might never truly end.
And this is where this philosophy gets, well, genuinely provocative, right?
Yeah.
It directly challenges what so many of us have been taught our whole lives.
It really does.
It argues that the conventional blueprint for success, working tirelessly, piling up money, getting degrees, getting married, is actually, and this is a quote from the Insights, the worst and hardest way to achieve true fulfillment.
Wow. The worst and hardest way. That's strong language.
It is. It's not just a critique. It feels like a stark warning that by chasing these external markers alone, just focusing on the outside stuff, we risk this profound inner emptiness. Like we're always moving the goalposts, and we end up with this pervasive sense of insufficiency that no external achievement can actually fill.
We burn ourselves out chasing what we're told is success.
Only to find it doesn't quiet that inner longing,
Exactly. And the core issue, as these insights reveal, is that nobody really teaches us to be truly well with ourselves.
What do you mean by well?
Well, we're not given the tools or even the encouragement to cultivate inner peace, to develop genuine unconditional self-love, or to discover deep happiness independently of external things.
So the focus is always outward.
Almost entirely, yeah. The whole educational and societal focus is on external achievements, acquiring things, accumulating status or possessions. And the wisdom we're looking at uses that brilliant example of film narratives.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Think about it. When you watch movies, how are successful people usually depicted? Are they shown as people who are, like, deeply at peace with themselves, content, self-sufficient?
Rarely, if ever. They're always striving, chasing something. Power, money, love.
Precisely. They are almost always externally driven. Their joy, if they even show it, is presented as a direct result of their external wins, not as some internal, self-generated state.
So that creates a really misleading blueprint for our own lives.
Absolutely. It leads us to believe that our happiness is just over the horizon, just beyond the next promotion or the next relationship or the next purchase.
So the dilemma really crystallizes here, doesn't it? Are we constantly chasing these external benchmarks, often defined by others? Or are we cultivating an internal source of joy, a happiness that comes from within?
That's the core question.
Or even just trying to get everyone else's approval? That's not the path to real lasting happiness.
So if all this chasing leads to exhaustion, dissatisfaction, even emptiness,
then the crucial question becomes, what happens if we just stop? What happens when we stop the chase? It's an idea that I think once you really absorb it, really integrate it, it can profoundly shift your whole approach to life.
Okay, I'm ready.
The core message is remarkably clear. What you chase after, struggle for, or exert yourself to gain is not truly yours.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, pause at that for a moment. Think about all the energy, the huge effort, the sheer force you might be using trying to hold on to something or someone.
Like a job that drains you or a relationship that's just hard work all the time.
Exactly. Or a dream that feels like you're constantly pushing a boulder uphill. This wisdom suggests that if it requires that much continuous struggle, if you have to constantly twist yourself out of shape or sacrifice your well-being,
Then maybe it's not actually meant for you.
it's likely not. It might just be an illusion you're clinging to.
And the counterpoint to that is even more, well, liberating, isn't it? Maybe even revolutionary for some people.
Where's the counterpoint?
The wisdom states really clearly, what is truly yours, you will attain. The person who is truly meant for you will swim across oceans to reach you.
Wow. That's powerful. Swim across oceans.
It is. And this raises a really important question for all of us, right?
Right.
If someone doesn't genuinely want to stay in your life, if they're constantly pulling away or just showing clear signs they're not invested,
Yeah.
why would you insist on keeping them? Why chase them, plead with them, maybe even manipulate things to try and force them to stay?
What are the usual reasons people do that?
The answers almost always come from deep-seated fears,
Mm.
anxieties, or maybe a perceived lack of personal capabilities.
Like thinking, I can't survive without them, or I'll never find anyone else.
Exactly. Or I'm just not worthy of something better. And this points to a fundamental underlying problem. Our reliance on these perceived needs and this external dependence for our sense of worth or happiness.
It's like escaping one bad situation only to fall into another.
Precisely. Like leaving a difficult family home where you felt trapped, only to immediately jump into, say, a difficult marriage or a soul-crushing job because you haven't yet learned to stand on your own 2 feet, abundant within yourself.
That's a heartbreaking picture, but it feels incredibly real for some people.
It is.
Someone whose partner left after just 8 months of marriage.
Mm-hmm. Describing that profound but ultimately futile struggle to hold on to something that just wasn't meant to be.
You can pour every single ounce of your mental energy into keeping something that isn't really aligned with your path.
And eventually the effort just exhausts you. It's like trying to hold water in a sieve, like you said.
It just slips through, leaving you drained.
Indeed. And the insight here is absolutely crucial. What is truly meant for you? Whether that's money that supports your life and purpose, a fulfilling job that uses your talents, a positive, serene state of mind, or a genuinely loving, supportive relationship. It will find you. It will naturally gravitate towards you, regardless of where you are or what you're doing. It doesn't require constant wrestling or begging.
Okay, and the flip side.
Conversely, what isn't meant for you, no matter how desperately you struggle to keep it, will eventually leave.
When does that happen?
Once your emotional and mental reserves are just gone, or when your techniques and tricks to manipulate the situation to force an outcome, when they finally fail.
And the hidden cost of all that struggle.
Where the painful truth is that this relentless struggle often leads to deep self-abasement, a diminishing of your spirit, and ultimately profound heartbreak.
Why self-abasement?
Because it drains your vitality.
Yeah.
It compromises your authentic self. It chips away at your sense of inherent self-worth because you're constantly bending, twisting, compromising who you are to cling to something that's fundamentally not aligned with your highest good.
Okay, so putting all this together, what does this really mean for us? For how we navigate our lives, our big goals?
It means a fundamental shift away from that posture of neediness, that mindset of begging or demanding from the universe, from others, even from ourselves.
It's a powerful call to action, then.
Absolutely. A revolutionary one, almost. These aren't just, nice words or pretty phrases to admire. They are actionable principles that have the real power to transform your life. Utterly. Completely.
Embrace them.
If you truly embrace them and, more importantly, act on them. It's about taking this intellectual understanding, these ideas we're talking about now, and bringing them from your brain where they're just concepts down into your heart, connecting conscious thought with lived, felt experience.
That path from the brain to the heart they mention.
Exactly. The gap between just knowing something is true and actually doing it, integrating it into your being, that gap is the entire difference.
The difference between what?
Between a life of success and one of constant failure. Between sustained happiness and pervasive sorrow. It's the difference that changes everything.
All right, so if chasing is out and just needing isn't the path to true fulfillment, then what is? This brings us to the really transformative concept, becoming deserving.
Yes, this is key.
Instead of living with that feeling of needing or chasing love or wealth or happiness, we shift our entire internal state. We become worthy, deserving, or qualified for them.
Capturing that sense of worthiness, of qualification.
Exactly. It's subtle, but it feels like a monumental shift. I want you, listening right now, to truly ask yourself, why should you need love like it's some scarce thing you have to beg for?
Good question.
Why shouldn't love just be your inherent right, something that naturally flows to you? And why should you ever be needy for money, constantly feeling lack, when you could instead become deserving of it and attract it naturally?
That the universe, that nature itself, already considers us inherently deserving.
Deserving of what?
Of happiness, satisfaction, wealth, love. It's presented as our default state.
How do they illustrate that?
They work for you the air you breathe, the food you eat, the beauty you see. They offer themselves freely.
Okay.
So the core difference then is this. Neediness comes from that deep-seated belief of lack, that feeling of I'm missing something and I have to get it from outside, maybe by force or manipulation.
Right, the grabbing, the chasing.
Whereas deservingness means understanding and really embodying the truth that nature, the universe, makes everything available to you. Your role isn't to struggle and chase.
What is it then?
It's to align yourself to receive. It's not about struggling to get. It's about attracting and receiving what is already inherently yours.
That feels so much more peaceful empowering even.
It is. It completely reframes our relationship with our desires.
And this shift changes everything, right? That chase people or compromise ourselves, maybe even diminish our own integrity, just to desperately hold on to relationships that clearly shouldn't be in our lives.
Hmm.
We are essentially telling the universe, and more importantly, telling ourselves that we don't truly deserve love or to be loved in an authentic, healthy way.
It's like sending out a signal of unworthiness.
Yeah. Think about the implication. If a partner leaves without notice, maybe vanishes without explanation, even if they came back, would that truly be a loving, respectful partnership?
And gives a pretty clear answer to that.
Which is,
No. Such a relationship, if it forms or reforms under those conditions, is often born of a mutual sense of lack. It's transactional. I have a void, you have a void. Let's desperately try to fill them together.
but that's not a foundation for true fulfillment.
No. Not for mutual respect or lasting joy.
So what does a true, healthy relationship look like, according to this?
I have no need for you in my life. I am well. You have no need for me either. Now give your hand. Let's fly.
Wow, let's fly. So it's about wholeness, not neediness.
Exactly. That's the kind of relationship we deserve. One built on genuine abundance, on mutual wholeness, not on shared deficits. It's a partnership of two complete individuals choosing to share their journey, not two incomplete people trying to fix each other.
Okay, so the million-dollar question then, how do we actually become deserving? This isn't just passive waiting, right?
Absolutely not. It's about concrete actions and profound shifts in your internal state, your way of being.
Let's break it down then. We cultivate deservingness in different areas. Let's start with love. That's a big one for so many people, feeling needy, chasing the one. How does deservingness reframe this?
For love, don't chase receiving love from others. Instead, focus entirely on giving love.
Giving love, how does that help you receive it?
Because the highest, most profound, and ultimately most reliable way to receive love is by embodying it and giving it freely yourself. And how do you even start being loving?
Where do you start?
You start with the most crucial relationship you have, the one with yourself.
Self-love.
Yes. Speak kindly to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror with compassion, with acceptance. Treat yourself like you would your most cherished friend. Who stops you from being loving towards yourself?
Oof. And the answer is?
Usually. Only you. This internal self-love is absolutely crucial. Because if you can't be loving and compassionate towards yourself, how can you truly give or receive love authentically and sustainably in external relationships?
So when you embody love for yourself, you attract it.
You emanate that loving energy, and you naturally attract love into your life that mirrors that internal state. It's an energetic alignment. You become a match for the love you seek.
That makes perfect sense. It's like an inside-out job. Okay, what about academic success? That feels very external, grades, degrees. How does deservingness apply there? Are we just supposed to wish for good grades?
Not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Becoming deserving of academic success means putting in the genuine, consistent work.
The actual studying.
Exactly. Studying diligently, engaging deeply with the material, truly understanding the concepts, applying yourself wholeheartedly. It's not about begging the teacher for grades or relying on external favor. Imagine one student who studies hard, masters the content, then confidently takes the exam, writing down what they genuinely know. They're deserving of a good grade. That grade is just a natural reflection, an inevitable outcome of their effort.
And the other student?
The other student doesn't study, but instead tries to beg the teacher for points, hoping for a passing grade without actually earning it. That's the stark difference.
Yeah.
Deserving versus needing.
So it's about cultivating the internal capacity, the knowledge, the skill?
Right. So the external result, the grade, becomes a natural consequence, not something you have to chase or plead for.
Got it. Now, wealth. This is huge. So many people feel a deep sense of neediness here, of scarcity. How do these insights guide us towards deserving wealth?
To become deserving of wealth, creating profound value, genuinely serving others, doing work that isn't just transactional, but is truly good and beneficial.
Creating something of substance.
Exactly.
Yes.
Something that genuinely improves the world or solves a real problem for people. Because money without soul, as the philosophy puts it.
Yeah.
It's just a corpse. It's lifeless,
Yeah.
disconnected. It
Mhm.
won't bring genuine satisfaction or lasting fulfillment. The emphasis is that money should come with a good state.
A good state. What does that mean?
It means it should be earned ethically, with integrity, with a clear conscience, in a way that brings you inner peace and contributes positively to the greater good. There's that powerful personal example.
About the refunds.
Yes, they proactively offer full refunds on their offerings, noting they have not a single penny of unhappy money in their account.
Yeah.
That highlights the principle. Create such high value, fosters such deep trust, operate with such integrity,
That abundance just flows back naturally.
naturally and joyfully.
So the real magnet for wealth isn't just wanting money, it's the positive impact you create.
That's the core idea. Consistently creating value attracts wealth as a natural consequence.
Okay, powerful. Finally, let's talk health, physical, and mental. This often feels like something that just happens to us or doesn't.
Right, we often feel like victims of our health circumstances. But deserving good health, physical or mental, means proactively taking consistent care of yourself.
So it's not about needing to be healthy.
It's about earning your health through consistent, conscious choices. The philosophy uses that great, clear analogy. Dental hygiene.
Brushing your teeth.
Exactly. If you consistently brush, floss, avoid sugary stuff that damages enamel, you will naturally have healthy teeth. You don't have to beg for them. You don't suffer constant toothaches or spend fortunes on reactive treatments. Your good dental health is a natural, inevitable consequence of your actions.
Okay, I see the parallel. So how does that translate to mental hygiene?
It's truly no different. If you practice daily meditation, consistently carve out even 15 minutes for yourself each day for quiet reflection, cultivate practices that foster inner peace and emotional resilience.
You naturally develop a calmer mind.
A calm, focused, resilient mind. If you don't clean your room, why are you surprised it's messy?
Huh. Yeah, fair point.
It applies just as directly to our internal world. If we neglect our mental space, constantly feed it chaos, refuse to process things, why should we be surprised when it feels overwhelmed, chaotic, or anxious?
So a calm mind isn't something we chase or beg for.
It's a direct outcome of consistent mental cultivation. Just like a clean room results from cleaning it. And the same applies to physical health. Eat well, move your body, rest adequately, and you become deserving of a healthy, vibrant body. It's a consequence, not something you need to desperately chase.
Okay, let's unpack this even further because the wisdom we're exploring today, it doesn't just exist in isolation, does it?
Not at all. It connects to deep historical roots.
Yeah, it masterfully weaves in these timeless insights from historical figures, from ancient philosophers, that really underscore these principles of deservingness and inner cultivation. It adds this incredible depth, this universal resonance.
Indeed. We're really talking about timeless truths here, echoing across centuries and cultures. If you feel like you don't have something, like love, for example,
Mm-hmm.
it's not because the external world is withholding it. It's because you haven't yet cultivated that quality, that capacity, that feeling within yourself first.
There was that analogy in the Insights.
Yes, a strikingly apt one. It's as strange as saying, I don't have love, someone from outside should give it to me. Or, I don't know English, someone from outside should speak English with me.
Right, you wouldn't expect to understand English if you hadn't learned it.
Exactly. Similarly, if you haven't cultivated love within your own being, become a vessel for it, you won't fully recognize it when it comes from outside, or you won't be able to sustain it. You attract what you are.
That's a truly radical idea of self-sufficiency. It puts the power, the responsibility squarely within us.
It does.
And then there's the timeless wisdom from Socrates, the ancient Greek philosopher.
Ah, yes, an unexamined life.
Is not worth living. How does that connect here?
It connects deeply to the insights point about how so many of us just sort of sleepwalk through life, almost on autopilot.
Following that script again.
Exactly. The philosophy suggests that most people, tragically, choose jobs, partners, education, even decide to have kids without real conscious awareness, without genuine self-reflection. When you truly generate value from a place of authenticity, when you give love without needing that external validation or payback, when you consistently cultivate your inner world, your mindset, your emotions, your self-worth abundance naturally flows into your life, almost effortlessly. It's about becoming a powerful magnet for what you truly desire, because you've cultivated the internal state that aligned with it, that vibrates at the same frequency. When you are truly deserving, the universe doesn't just respond. It anticipates, it co-creates, it showers you with blessings you couldn't have even imagined.
You become an open channel.
a clear, open channel for abundance, simply by being your authentic, valuable, and wholly deserving self.
This profound wisdom, it really leads us naturally to a crucial, incredibly practical application of everything we've discussed, doesn't it?
It does. It brings it right down to earth.
Which is the transformative power of letting go.
Letting go is essential.
With real honesty, who or what are you unnecessarily keeping in your life? Maybe clinging out of habit or fear. Where haven't you truly let go?
And this isn't just about people, right?
No, not at all. It could be old ideas, grudges you've held on to for years, past events you just keep replaying in your head, self-limiting beliefs.
Or even future worries that are just consuming your energy right now, holding you captive.
Exactly. It's fundamentally about recognizing where you've maybe unconsciously given your power away.
Right, where you've plugged yourself into something external that drains you.
Yeah, the imagery used in the insights is so vivid for this, visualizing yourself with all these electrical cords plugged into various external sources.
Like an unhealthy partner, demanding parents, critical teachers from years ago.
Traumatic past events, or even people who are long gone but still take up mental space. And the instruction is so simple yet so powerful. Unplug yourself.
Just pull a plug.
Yeah. Consciously disconnect from those external sources that drain you, that dictate your happiness, or that define your worth. It's an active process, isn't it?
Very active. It's about reclaiming your power, your energy, your sense of self from all those external things and bringing it all back home, back to your own core.
And this radical act of unplugging.
It's not just beneficial. It's the absolute first essential step toward true self-love and radical self-acceptance. You can't truly love yourself if you're constantly outsourcing your power.
Okay, so self-love and self-acceptance emerge as the absolute foundation, non-negotiable.
The bedrock for everything else we've talked about.
But what does that really look like? Day to day, in the messy reality of life, it's not always easy, is it?
You're right. It's a daily practice, not a one-time fix. If we connect this to the bigger picture, radical self-acceptance is the key that unlocks everything else. Can you speak more beautifully to yourself? Can you look at yourself in the mirror, not with judgment or criticism, but with more kindness, more compassion?
Ouch, we can be so harsh on ourselves.
Incredibly harsh. Can you stop scaring yourself with imagined future worries or endlessly replaying past mistakes? We often treat ourselves with a relentless inner critique that we would never apply to a friend or someone we loved.
So it's about forgiving yourself, too.
Yes, engaging in that vital, liberating act of forgiving yourself for perceived shortcomings, for past errors, for simply being human. And it's about accepting yourself exactly as you are right now.
Right now, with all the flaws.
With all your perceived flaws, your quirks, your imperfections, truly embracing every part of yourself. Recognizing your inherent worth isn't diminished by any of those things.
In fact, maybe accepting them is where the power lies.
Often, yes. It's in accepting our full humanity, flaws and all, that our true power and our true deservingness really emerge.
So this radical self-acceptance, then, is really the core of becoming deserving of love, not just from others, but from life itself.
Exactly. It's about attracting a life that genuinely loves you back, that mirrors your inner state of peace and abundance, precisely because you've first loved yourself unconditionally, completely.
Wow. It all comes full circle, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Seek a world from yourself and nothing from the world.
Because ultimately, everything you need.
Everything you're truly seeking to acquire or achieve, you either already possess or you have the capacity to cultivate it within yourself. It's an internal alchemy.
You don't need to ask for it, beg for it, chase it.
No. When you are truly deserving, when you've cultivated that inner abundance and that radical self-acceptance, you receive without asking. And when you're truly living from that state of deservingness,
you receive even more.
Even more, in ways you never imagined possible, often beyond your wildest dreams. It's an invitation to trust in your own boundless capacity for wholeness and abundance, rather than endlessly seeking it from outside, from those often fleeting external sources.
Wow. Okay. Core message feels incredibly clear. and really transformative.
It's a powerful shift.
It's about shifting your entire stance in life, isn't it? Moving from that needy or demanding posture, the one that's always chasing what it thinks it lacks,
Right.
to a deserving and worthy one, one that attracts what is truly meant for you through deep inner cultivation.
Yes. Attracting, not chasing.
It's about recognizing that the happiness, the love, the wealth, the peace you seek, they aren't some elusive prize out there waiting to be captured.
They're reflections.
They're powerful reflections of the inner work you commit to doing. Practices like, meditation, cultivating self-love, consistently creating genuine value in the world.
These aren't just self-help buzzwords.
No. They're the practical, actionable steps towards recognizing your inherent worthiness. And in doing that, allowing true abundance and fulfillment to just naturally flow into your life.
And this truly raises an important question for you, our listener. How might your life genuinely transform if you were to fully embody this profound principle of deservingness? If you truly practice radical self-love and unwavering self-acceptance, instead of constantly chasing what you believe you lack?
That's a big question to sit with.
It is. We'd encourage you to maybe reflect on just one area in your life starting today, where you can begin to make that powerful shift, that shift from a posture of chasing to one of truly deserving.
And remember that wisdom we uncovered. When good things, truly aligned things come into your life, it's not a surprise. It's because you were inherently deserving of them.
That's the core belief. The universe already considers you worthy. In every conceivable way, it's truly time you did too.